Hi guys, right, Medium Joe, we're going to do a little YouTube video. Slightly randomly, I've been asked to come around to someone's house who's been experiencing some strange things, predominantly upstairs. So the family of particular children have seen things in the house, they've heard the name being called, and the owner has also felt and seen things in the house as well. So we're going to do a little walk around and see if there's anything about, if we can pick anything up. It's not usually the thing I do, but I think it'd be good for my YouTube page. So I've linked in. I know from my brief discussions with them that they think there's a male here, so we're going to link in and see who's about and go from there. But we might not get anything, but there's already a man here, so I think we should be okay. So I'm going to take a little walk in these two rooms here and we'll show you about. So this is one of the rooms where they've experienced things. As you can see, it's a kid's bedroom, but also as well there is this spare bedroom, which is going to be a nursery, I understand, where they've also felt things as well. Now, if we do a little explanation for you, so sometimes when you either move into a house or something big is happening, your spirit friends might come along. So your family that are already in spirit might come along and make their presence known to you. I can feel someone here. So in this case, the couple who are in the house, they're due to have a baby. That's due in September, I believe. So one of the plausible explanations may be that it could be family that are coming to visit. That might be one of the things that's happening, and I think that contributes to some of the phenomena which they've experienced. Also as well, when you either decorate your house or you move into it, or like I say, you're having new energies come into it, it changes the atmosphere, so it creates things that are happening. So you'll find in older homes, so stately homes, when they do work, it'll spark periods of paranormal activity. So its sightings of ghosts and sightings and hearing things will increase during that period. I'm not sure why that happens. I think it's because there's a change in the energy, there's a change in the atmosphere, so it sparks almost those memories for people. And I can't help but wonder if that's possibly one of the things that are happening here. What I will say to you is that that's just my understanding of it. So when I give these explanations to people, that is my understanding. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm saying there are possible, plausible explanations. So lots of different mediums will tell you lots of different things. And it's really important that you find your own truth and you take on board what lots of people say, but essentially come to your own conclusions with things. So I've linked in, so I think there's two things that happen in here. There's definitely an older male that's here that doesn't link to the family. So this chap used to own the house. Now, he's an older gentleman. He's got a walking stick. He's slightly hunched over. And he's curious about what's going on. But he keeps saying to me, this is my house. This is my house. So he makes me feel like he's intrigued as to what's happening around. Now, I could stand here and say, he's evil, he's nasty, and it's not like that. I don't believe in negative and horrible things when it comes to spiritualism. I believe that sometimes people come back, so spirit personalities come back and have an interest in what's going on, or they get a little bit confused as to these new people that are coming into their home because they think, well, actually, this is my property. So we have this gentleman here. I'm just going to go quiet. I'm going to chat to him a little bit. Okay, that's fine. It'd be interesting to find the history of this house because he keeps talking to me about Reg. So he keeps saying Reg, 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 which would make me think that would be a name that links to him. Interestingly as well, there's a female. Now, she doesn't come here. So this gentleman comes in visitation, but this other chap, he brings a lady in with him and he keeps shouting Madge to me. So it's not Margaret, it's not anything like that. He just keeps shouting Madge, 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 which would make me think that would be a link to to his wife, essentially. Okay, now we're in Grimsby. We're not going to give the location, but we're in the Grimsby area. But there's a real sense of fishing with him as well. So, but not just good fishing to see. There's something about him either smoking fish or preparing fish, and that's something that's really strong with him. Okay, that's fine. You probably noticed I've just looked to the floor because there's a little dog that's walked into the room. It's like a scruffy little terrier, hairy little terrier, which is quite interesting. Okay, so where are we going to go next? I think we'll walk through here and see if we can get this gentleman to come through. So, okay, he feels grumpy. He feels quite grumpy, but not horrible at all. He's just interested about what's going on. So he tells me that he would move things in the house. So there's currently some things down there, and I think he's going to knock some of them off just to sort of demonstrate that he's been around in the property. Okay. He's also making me feel like he would, so there must be he must knock lampshades. That's the other thing. But he's got a walking stick, so he makes me feel like he would do that with it to try and get people's attention. Okay, that's fine. See, he also knocks on the wall. So there's knocking on the wall that would be symbolic for him as well. Okay. Bless him. He's just saying, I don't want it to change. I don't want it to change. So we'll have a chat with him at the end of this video when we shut it down. I'll have a chat with him and I'll explain to him about that new family's come and live here and have that discussion with him. Okay. Right, that's fine. Where are we going to go next? Okay. I'm going to talk to the family about the particular lady that owns this house, about a lady figure that steps in with her, because she's telling me to talk about the excitement of this new child coming. But she's also saying to me, I've got the other one, I've got the other one. So there must be a child that they've lost as well, which we'll talk about. So it's a little girl I think they've lost. But without talking to them, I can't clarify that. So we'll speak to them. Okay, so the reason I bring that through is to let them know that actually their family members are about and that they are in the property, they're keeping an eye on them. And they would always make sure that nothing negative would happen. And I need to be really clear with that. Just because people have spirit coming to visit, it doesn't mean whatsoever that it's negative or it's bad or evil or anything like that. But this grandmother figure comes through as well to sort of say, I've got the other one, I've got the other one. So I know that there's been a child lost as well. Okay, that's fine. What else are you going to tell me? And there's also, I've lost him, but there's also a grandfather figure coming through for this lady as well. Okay, give me that name again. And they're shouting to me, talk about Paul, talk about Paul, talk about Paul. So that name must be significant on her mum's side of the family. Possibly an uncle figure, but we'll be able to check that at the end. And I'll put some comments on as we do that. Okay, so I'm going to call the video to an end there. Thank you for watching. Check out my page. Check out my book, which is on Lulu Publishing and Amazon. And also as well, I've got one confirmed further charity event coming up for cancer research and also for another charity as well. But fingers crossed, I've got something massive potentially in the pipeline, which I'm really excited about, which I'm not sure will come to fruition. But if it does, I'll keep you posted. So check my page out. Thank you very much.